Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NTDA Annual Dinner and Tyre Industry Awards. Would you now please welcome to the stage the NTDA Chief Executive, Stefan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I go into the official welcome, I'm just going to say the reason that I've been played on today is because it really was a mission impossible organising things this time. And I have to say, for those of you who are receiving awards this evening, I'm delighted for you. You've well deserved them, but you may find that some of the awards are looking slightly distressed. Not quite as distressed as I was when I knocked them over, and like a dominoes effect, they all went like that on the table. And I'm not joking. So I do apologise for those of you who have a chip in your trophy. But they will be replaced fully with one that doesn't have a chip in it. So once again, my apologies. So moving on. Sir Stephen, ladies and gentlemen, industry colleagues, distinguished guests, now that I have your attention, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the 89th NTDA Annual Dinner and the Tyre Industry Awards 2018. As always, we have a terrific evening lined up for you. And of course, later our fantastic after-dinner speaker, the broadcaster Mark Durden-Smith, is hosting the Tyre Industry Awards ceremony. Now, I'm personally hoping that I finish speaking before all of you finish listening. So I will keep this intro short and sweet, but please do give me a chance to say what has to be said and to thank those who should be thanked. We will also once again be hearing from Martin McElhatton, the Chief Executive of WheelPower, the British wheelchair sports charity, who will be taking a few minutes to talk about the wonderful work the charity does, and I ask that this year you kindly show him and all the speakers on stage this evening the courtesy of not talking over the top of them. I'd like to remind you that we will also be holding a raffle for our chosen charity, the Wheelrights charity, that is actively supporting the work of WheelPower this evening, and we would ask that you give generously in the donation envelopes provided on your tables. Prizes in the raffle this year include a 5-star spa and activity break for 2 at the Bridgestone Experience in Wales, courtesy of Bridgestone. An Arsenal first team shirt signed, an Arsenal first team signed football courtesy of Cooper Tyre. A one-night stay for 2 people, including dinner, bed and breakfast here at the Doubletree by Hilton, courtesy of hotel management, together with a Segway to get you to your room. A pair of exclusive Under Armour sports trainers, size of course to be chosen by you, the winner, with Michelin designed soles courtesy of Michelin Tyre. A framed Real Madrid first team signed football shirt courtesy of Hankook Tyre. Two entrance and full hospitality passes to the 2019 British Grand Prix, courtesy of Pirelli Tyres. A Chelsea first team signed, no, sorry, I'm taking that one home. Sorry. A Chelsea first team signed football shirt, courtesy of Yokohama. And hot off the press, a signed England shirt, courtesy of Continental. I thank all of these companies for their generosity in donating such excellent prizes. My colleagues Alison and Mariella will be collecting the donation envelopes later, and I will be announcing the raffle winners at the end of the evening. At this point, I would also like to thank our extremely generous sponsors for their exceptional support. Firstly, our thanks go to Land Tyre Service for sponsoring this fantastic dinner. And particularly, I would like to thank Oliver Green for blowing up all these balloons today. And of course, they also sponsored the drinks reception earlier, so thank you very much for your tremendous support. I'd like to thank Salem Tyres for sponsoring the Tyre Industry Awards ceremony. DG International for sponsoring the excellent Tyre Industry Conference that many of you enjoyed earlier today. And of course, the fantastic generosity of all of our individual award sponsors. So we thank Automechanica Birmingham, Compilator, Hankook, Jeff Beaumont, Maritime Cargo Services, Pirelli, Scott's Auto Scene, the Parts Alliance, Trelleborg Wheel Systems, and the Worshipful Company of Wheelwrights. It's really great that so many of you continue to support the awards year after year, and of course we're delighted that some of you are new sponsors and that you've come and joined the party. The quality and the range of your products and services will be demonstrated on the screens behind me throughout the evening, and of course they'll be featured in the evening programme too. Naturally, this event would also not be possible without you, our guests, and we're delighted that so many of you continue to attend the dinner in such high numbers. Well, folks, I hope you really enjoy the dinner and awards this evening, and if not, I hope you have a great nap. I'm briefly leaving the stage, and as I hand over to the first of this evening's speakers, I'd like you to welcome to the podium Mr. Martin McElhatton.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's lovely to be back with you again here at the NTDA Annual Dinner and Awards. Thank you for your support last year for WheelPower and, of course, the Wheelwrights charity, the 2020 appeal. This appeal is helping WheelPower in two really important ways. Firstly, it provides newly paralysed men and women with the opportunity to try new sports at our Interspinal Unit Games each April. We have about 100 newly paralysed people who come to Stoke Mandeville Stadium each year, and they've been paralysed in the last year. And so introducing them to sport gives them hope, inspiration, and a chance to see what their future life might hold. And the Wheelwrights charity supports the games through your support here at the NTDA. In addition, the fund is helping individuals to access equipment, training, coaching and advice. And two people, I want to give you just some examples of people that we've helped. The first one is a young lady called Francesca, and we helped her through your support to get a sports wheelchair to play wheelchair basketball. She got her chair, she applied for a grant, got her sports wheelchair, and she has now joined her local wheelchair basketball club and is enjoying playing wheelchair basketball every week. And that's thanks to the support of the Wheelwrights and, of course, through your support. There's another young gentleman called Connor, and he lives in the Borders up in Scotland. And he played rugby and had an injury playing rugby, which meant that he broke his neck and ended up with a spinal injury. He came to the Spinal Unit Games, tried wheelchair rugby, and found it was a fantastic sport that he could enjoy. So Connor wanted to join a team. It's a long way from the Borders to his local team, so we helped him with the travel costs to get to his nearest team and a grant towards a rugby wheelchair. He's now playing, but also learning how to coach wheelchair rugby because he wants to start a team in his own Borders area. So that's thanks to the support from the Wheelwrights and the money that you donate through the fundraising this evening. So thank you very much for your support. Please support the fundraising this evening, and we can help. And with your help, we can help more people like Francesca, like Connor, to live more fulfilled lives after injury through sport. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.
Absolutely tremendous. And as I said before, one of the first people I met at Stoke Mandeville when I went to the Interspinal Union Games was a young guy who had been paralysed the year before, so this was his second Games. And I walked in, and I was accompanied by a fellow liveryman from the wheelwrights, and also Roger, our immediate past chairman. And we were wearing our NTDA badges, and he said to me, "I know the NTDA." And I said, "Oh, really? How come?" And he said, "I used to be a commercial tyre technician." And I said, "Oh, right." He said, "Until I got hit by a truck passing by." Now, his life, he's reinvented himself, and he is obsessional about wheelchair rugby, and thanks to WheelPower, found a team in his own area, and is now a regular, I think a barbarian or something he calls himself, and I've seen them play, and they are pretty much barbarians, aren't they, Martin? So thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on, will you now please welcome to the stage the NTDA Honorary Treasurer, Donald Carmichael, to say grace. Donald.
Let us give thanks. We thank you, Lord, for this wine and food, the starter, main course, and the pud, for friendships, our conference, and this dinner. Still to come the awards, and perhaps a winner. We thank you, Lord, for all of this today. Bless it and us and the NTDA. Amen.